Today we are reacting to BSS Fighting, requested by Mariah Rose. If you've got requests, head on over to the Patreon. If it's your first time watching, here's the format. The first part of the video, I just do a general reaction to the video. No pauses, just me watching, commenting, and enjoying the video. Part 2 of the video is me analyzing the details of the choreography and sharing my thoughts of what makes this choreography so good and fun to watch. So what qualifies me to run my mouth? I've been dancing for over 25 years, choreographing, directing, and teaching for about 20. Been dancing since I was 8, started competing in high school, co-founded a competitive dance company called Family Business back in 2004, toured with a professional hip-hop dance theater company called Antics, danced with artists such as Dalwin, Jonathan Varay, Casey and the Sunshine Band, and Kool and the Gang, performed for events such as the opening for Universal Studios Nintendo Land, Universal Studios City Walks Exhibition, Choreographers Carnival, World of Dance, Hip Hop International, produced and sold out a show with my dance company, and I currently direct a dance entertainment company called Temper Tantrum. Make sure you guys go check out their channel because they do reactions too. And again, I'm not a K-pop stan, I'm simply a dancer that appreciates the level of difficulty that a lot of these artists are putting into their choreography. And with that, let's head on over to the video. Volume up. Okay. Nice. I love these Adidas tracksuits, like literal suits. Nice use of splitting the floor. Nice musicality. Nice dynamic on that. Ooh, that's cute. With the whole, almost like London Bridge kind of deal going on. A little bit of locking there. Nice dynamic. Ooh! 1, 2. Nice big movements. 7, 8. Hey! That's kind of like a fun, silly moment. Great showmanship. I love the character. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Love the crowd interaction as like he's kind of talking to them. Okay, nice with the line formation and like the house kind of vibe. Love that pickup. Let's go energy. Okay, I guess that was supposed to be like a pull-up, right? Nice use of directions. Oh, hello, guest. Nice ripple. Ooh, love that you can see the difference of like how she's freer to move versus when she's on stage, when she doesn't have to do the rapping. Ooh, let's go, man. This choreography for the backup dancers is... Woo! Some of the moves are getting a little cut because it's so fast with the musicality. Oh, that was cool! I was like, is that an actual beer? That was clever. Nice use of the spreading out. Fun, simple groove. High risk, high reward formation here. Yes, the ASMR. First impressions, a very fun, in terms of character, energy, and choreography. The choreography wasn't exactly overly complicated, but it was very big and simple and direct in terms of the pictures. In terms of formations, they did stay center a lot, which makes it simple for them in terms of being economical, and then they are also the primary focus. But it did make it feel almost a little monotonous because it was just like it was essentially was just the scene being set around them, and it was just like my eye was there the whole time rather than sometimes taking my eye on a journey on stage. Loved the wardrobe. It was like Adidas tracksuits with literal suits. Yeah, and I think the thing that stood out to me the most was the use of the line formation a lot. My thoughts on a line formation I often think are very high risk, high reward. Because everyone's seen, no one's hiding. But the upside is the choreography is simple enough that everyone can easily hit the shapes and hit their timing. It's when it gets overly complicated that it can potentially reveal a lot of the minor details that might not have been cleaned. Yeah, and a lot of smart and fun dynamics. So that's it. Starting off with very strong character. So those of you guys who are watching on YouTube for the first time, I'm just always assuming that people are watching me for the first time because there's so many creators out there. But for this, they are starting with high character, low energy, quote unquote, in terms of, or low energy movement, high energy character, which is like essentially just acting. For most groups, or what easiest way to hook people in is you start off with high energy move, high energy execution. But if you're going to go with low energy movement and then build it up, you have to have high energy character. You have to have, this is harder because you have to have more confidence in who you are as a performer. It's very different when you're just hitting a 5, 6, 7, 8, hit this. So in terms of hooking us in, I think let's see the starting position. So this is what I'm talking about in terms of like a very typical starting position. Head down, looking at different directions. Homie's laughing right here. He's not even looking down. A starting position, or just like an initial pose or whatever you're doing, I view as like the similar as a thumbnail for YouTube. And then the first 3, 4, 5 seconds in terms of choreography, it is more of a reason to hook people in, and hopefully that does the job as whatever content throughout the whole performance that you give. So I hope that sentence made sense. But yeah, okay, so they lead us with kind of character, nice dynamic. So going with very quick musicality, quick, and then they divide it up, boom. Nice use of levels here, to a lying down level, to a standing, and also mid level. Good musicality on that. Bum, 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 bum. Boom. Okay, so that was a nice moment of like leading your eye from here to here, then to here for his moment. Love this dynamic happening here. Looks like he's at home. And he's driving to his friend's house. That's fucking genius. Look at this fucking hand thing that they're doing. It's genius. We got a whole like ring around the rosy kind of thing, or even maybe, is it a whole London Bridge thing, but simple like rotations. God, I miss having a Wacom. Circles going around. So a lot of this is so far in the first 28 seconds, pretty simple, straightforward. If we're gonna put this, like, I'd say hard and complex is relative. If this is choreography for beginner levels, it's very hard. But it's putting this, I'd say like this along with their peers, I'd say it's not as hard. Because there's a lot of more full counts, even though there's floor work, they're not as like 1D ended, like it's not very, very, very intricate. Nice pickup on that groove, like just nice use of shapes right here with that lean, with the turning of the hands, and then big kind of locking we got going on here. Funky. Great dynamics again here. Great visual kick, 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 kick. A lot of fun. Nice change up in the character, and then this like the vibe. Da boom. Nice chill groove. Boom da swag da 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 ba ba ba. Going to much bigger involved movements here. This part I think would be fun. This is like nice high energy transition, but I think this will also be fun if these guys aren't dancing, but it's just high energy in terms of just people running across it, because it just adds a nice kind of like, I would almost say Kurosawa effect. So Kurosawa effect meaning like there's a lot of action. Usually there's either one thing that has a whole lot of action while one is staying still. So these guys are kind of staying still, but their energy is like a little bit more bouncy. The others are just running very high energy, almost like erratic. But notice this whole time they've stayed center for the most part. 6, 7, 8, 1. All character right here. I just love it. I appreciate like the fact that they are comfortable enough to just do this type of like character and acting with each other. 5, 6, 7, 8. This whole thing works so well in this pyramid clumped up formation, because you can really see the shift from right to left. If they spread out a little bit more, it might work, but it won't be as visual. Like, I just love how uniform it feels. It's simple groove. Just marching in step. It's like a mid-level march almost. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Pretty straightforward formations here. So a lot of character here, like very high showmanship in a sense. Honestly, again, another great, I'd not say it's so much dynamic. Using the dancers to create a stage. Like with this is like, even though, you know, the dancers aren't there, since these guys are just quote unquote just a support, they don't need, even though we know humans are there, it's different when you can see their face. There's a lot of power into that. And this really just gives a moment for each of the performers to show, like, again, more character. 5, 6, 7, 8. I see what they're going for here. So this one reads a little better because this one's a slightly, I think eye level. This seems like it's like maybe a little below eye level. This, you can barely see the difference in terms of the dynamic happening, because they're not leaning as far back. This one, it seems like it is, because now you can see the distinct difference in that idea. Nice. Okay, I see some of the simple floor work right there. 6, 7, 8. Great use of directions here, using that same choreography but switching it up. Da da da. Fun simple groove right there. Giving each other a high five. Great ripple, nice little on this soul train. Shouts out to this going into that bridge. This move is a booch. So yeah, because again, you're going into that, although majority of the weight is, your center of gravity feels like it should be here, but then you got to have some decent shoulder mobility. So if you're kind of like a little bit more muscular with that flexibility, that can this stretch right here or hold is going to be hard. Look how far he's pushing his knees into that. Ideally, you want to be a little bit more flat, but you know, it depends on how people want to do it. Look how far his foot is a little higher, or his foot is almost coming off, so he's really pushing it. Like now putting a little bit more straight into the knees and inner thigh area, or inner quad area, because his hand is a little closer to to that. So ideally, when you reach, you go up and you go a little further back, so you have a nice flat back. But yeah, but also this position I feel like is a little easier to come up from. If they do that roll back up, yeah, it's a little easier to come back from that. This one, again, going into how the silhouettes are, this guy with the more fitted clothing versus this guy, and I'll get back to the performance in a bit. Very different, because see how we have some overlapping action. His movements seem a little bigger. His movements are a little bit more defined. Ooh, the energy though, yeah. So you can see how like they both have same equal energy, but you see the silhouettes just look different. It's not, I'm not pointing that out in terms of difference of energy. It's like, this is what it looks like with fitted clothing versus baggy clothing. So now that they're both wearing the same thing, assuming that they're the same person. Ooh, his swag was way better, dude. You know, and notice like he had a bigger bounce, more contained. I think that moment's a little bit more, that part felt like a little bit more character. This guy is killing it in this one, dude. Shouts out. Ooh, this is getting a little messy here. Boom, boom. A little bit of that Memphis juking to friggin' transition to get a little closer. Ba 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 ba. There's a slight timing. Just very, very, very small, like literally half a count off. Because some parts they're moving their arms like there's a natural way their body's counterbalancing, but it's not clear in where they should have put it. So they're kind of doing this kind of a little bit of that, like a little bit of Memphis juking, but the way he's doing it. But look how they're kind of counterbalancing it for the travel, and it looks different. And then we have this up, slide out. You see how he's kind of like naturally putting that out. So it might not have been part of the original choreography, but it's just something that sometimes that our body naturally does as a counterbalance to the action we're doing. It happens. That's why picking up the details when you're learning the first time, or even cleaning, are super important, because now we see, because there's just some things we do subconsciously we don't always catch. Good, you're leading us to stage left. Love that. That shit's just hype. Great use of her as a mic. A lot of 5, 6, 7, 8. See, like again, they're staying in this formation the rest of the time, which is like props to them, high risk, high reward. But it's also like it's also doing very simple movements, like or grooves. So it's not too hard to clean. 7, 8, 5. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. What was that? Yeah, that's it.